So how much you should practice that's a tough one to answer because that's going to be team specific, game specific. I would say if you want to be at the top of any craft, you're going to be putting in a lot of hours. So I would suggest that probably more hours than people think at the top of the food chain there. We're constantly getting our guys to try to play more hours. So this idea of the fear of even reaching out to them, I would say if you feel like you're enjoying it, you're going to have to create your own opportunity of it. No one's going to come to you and knock on the door and just say, hey, I'd like to just give you this dream opportunity, right? You're going to have to go knock on the door and do it. Yeah, burnout's a really important topic, and it isn't something that just creeps up on you and happens. Sometimes people think, oh, this has been a tough week, I'm experiencing burnout. Burnout's a long-term thing, and that's a term that we use in a professional way. It's not something we just throw around. This is going to completely depend on your lifestyle. You know, what is your sleep cycle like? What are your expectations like? There's some guys, I think of like JKS, for those of you that are Counter-Strike guys, this guy's been living out of a suitcase for like 6 years. Burnout will happen if you feel like you're away from home. Burnout will feel like if you're not doing something that you're supposed to be doing, you're doing something outside of your normal, you are going to drain your reserve batteries quickly. So making sure that we're around when the sun's coming up at some point and seeing that morning light and seeing the sunset at some point and having a sleep cycle, and I mean, everything's kind of involved. But I will say that burnout, just generally speaking, is a variable of professional gaming. If you're in professional gaming, you have to have a plan against burnout because the system is devised for you to burn out. If you're traveling for hundreds of days a year out of a hotel and having to work at odd hours and around the clock and never having a day off, you're going to burn out. We have to be very cognizant of the practices that we have day in and day out, the health and wellness practices. That's really the only way to stave off burnout, is to make sure that what you're doing in day out is a sustainable practice.